Good morning everyone, and this is Good Morning Sri Lanka, though from a different set. You see this set with Rai every Friday at 8 p.m. on Game Changer, and we thought we'll change it up a little bit and come on the Good Morning Sri Lanka show from Game Changer, because we wanted to talk a little bit about Game Changer today, because it's one of our biggest shows that we have on MTV Sports, where we give a platform to people who have really made a difference in the world of sports, especially the local players who have really changed up their sport and changed up the national landscape of whatever field that they have taken up. So you see Rai every Friday at 8 p.m. talking to them, discussing their lives, how they became who they were, these great personalities who've really taken us to the international landscape. So this month we have some wonderful guests lined up for you. Just to give you a small tease of some of them. Some of them are Ranjit Madhurasinghe, who is a former Test cricketer. We also have Prasanna Sampath Amarasekara, a former Asia 400-meter athletics champion, and also Mr. Sharan Fernando, who is a 2011 riding champion of the 250cc motorcycle category. So these are just some of the people that Rai will be talking to throughout this month. She'll come to you from this set, from the Game Changer set, and you will get to know all you want about these people, their families, their lives, what inspired them, and share some of their favorite music on the show with you. So to get on with Good Morning Sri Lanka today, it's a Wednesday, the 27th, right in the middle of the week, so let's get down to business. We have some very interesting news from around the world lined up for you. Also a few updates of what's happening in the FIFA World Cup qualifying matches as well. So to start off with, if any of you are celebrating your birthday today, a very happy birthday from Good Morning Sri Lanka and MTV Sports. And just to remind you of who else from the world of Hollywood is sharing your birthday. One of them would be Quentin Tarantino, the famous actor, writer and director. You would most probably remember him from Pulp Fiction and also Reservoir Dogs, his first film that became a mega hit. Also, everybody knows her. She is a wonderful songstress. She's beautiful, and her songs have come generations and have inspired so many of us. It's Mariah Carey. She also celebrates her birthday today. So just a little bit about her background, because she comes from a very interesting background, a very colorful one in fact. Her parents, her mother was Patricia Hickey, an Irish American, and her father was an African American Venezuelan, Alfred Roy Carey. Maybe that contributed to her having such good genes in terms of her vocal cords. So her birthday, she was actually born in 1969 on the 27th of March, just like today. So we have also some very interesting news lined up for you from around the world. See, when you and I, like for example, I have a bit of a cold today, so I went on Google and I searched what home remedies could be. Apparently, a lot of doctors do this too. Now, that might worry some of us, but apparently this is something that they do with rare diseases, and this was found out by software engineers, and they have come up with a new search engine called Find Zebra, which is supposed to be a very advanced, very powerful search engine which helps them find, diagnose rare diseases if you just put in the symptoms. So what doctors do right now is they go on Google, just like any one of us, I presume, and they go on Google and they type the symptoms and they find out what the rare disease is or what the likely possibilities are. So what these scientists have done is, not the scientists but the software engineers have done, is they've sort of made it more fine-tuned, and they've come up with a new search engine called Find Zebra, where doctors can actually go online and find out what the diseases are, especially if it's a rare form of sickness that a person is suffering from, and they can help you out sooner. So all of you who are home doctors and like to Google whatever remedies that are available, like me for example, Find Zebra might help you too, not just the doctors there. And also a very heartwarming story that we came across was this lady had lost her wedding ring, and she'd lost her wedding ring in February. Now everybody loses things, but the interesting story about this is 3 weeks after she had lost her ring in the middle of a park. Actually, it was in Arrow Country Park in Wirral, which is supposed to be about 250 acres, and she had given up hope about finding it. She'd put up posters, she'd put up rewards. She'd said, you know, if you find it, please hand it over, call this number, this whole thing, what we normally do. But 3 weeks after she found it, 3 weeks after she lost it and she had given up hope of ever finding it, her dog takes her out for a walk. Literally, her dog takes her out for a walk and not the other way around, and lifts a branch while they were going, and there underneath the branch she found her wedding ring. So that was a very, very interesting and really heartwarming story titled "Dog Finds Mother's Wedding Ring Among Acres of Woodland." So that was one of our favorite stories that we came across this week. Also, at a time when we are going, well, there's a lot of discussion about coexistence and cohabitation from different people coming from different places in the country. We came across a very heartwarming story once again about coexistence and cohabitation among different species. Now, there's a lot to learn for us from this, I believe, because this is between cats and dogs. And for those of us who have very serious camps on who we love, like are we in the cat camp or are we in the dog camp? This is very strange, especially for a lot of us, because many people, especially in Sri Lanka, I think are dog lovers, and we have our strong camp of cat lovers as well. But here, this particular zoo in California, the San Diego Zoo, in fact, has changed things up once again. And what they're doing is they're taking not just any cat, but they're taking felines of the cheetah variety, and they've identified a problem that the cheetahs had, that they were dying off, and also that they weren't sort of melding into their environment very easily, that they were finding it very difficult to fit into the zoo environment and survive. So what they're doing is they're giving each of these cheetahs a dog companion. That's right, they're giving each of the cheetahs a dog companion. So they will have a canine companion who is supposed to help them adapt to their new environment. Now, this might sound extremely strange, because you would think cheetah and then you think very cute puppy. How is that going to work? But apparently it does. Researchers say that it helps and it works, and these dogs are actually helping save an entire species, because as we know, the cheetahs are part of the endangered species, and it was very difficult for these caregivers to sort of keep them going in the zoos, because it was so different from the natural environments, and they were dying off. So what they were saying was, with the minimal amount of cheetahs also in captivity, that this was the best they could come up with, and right now the results are quite good. So here, take a look at this video.
With his long sleek body and Porsche-like acceleration, Sheely the cheetah is built for speed, with the ability to reach 70 miles per hour in under 5 seconds. He is the fastest mammalian species on Earth. But while he may be fast, he is also tense and nervous in unfamiliar surroundings. Cheetahs in captivity usually are, which makes it difficult for animal keepers to keep the breed alive amid diminishing numbers in the wild. At the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, the unlikely pairing but effective practice for introducing the cheetah to man's best friend is helping change that.
We want this cat to be as comfortable as possible, and we know that that's going against their instinct, something we'll never take out of them because they're not domesticated, they're wild. And that instinct says flight, run away. Do not have all of these people I don't know surrounding me with no exit, this weird camera that's on me right now. You know, accept all of this. How do we get them to do that? By budding them up with man's best friend, the domesticated dog.
Good boy. Yeah. Yes, I know. I'm just waiting for you to bite my nose. That is called an obligatory hiss.
Good.
With that being said, the sight of Johari, a graceful 4-year-old cheetah, strolling the park side by side with her lumbering Antillean shepherd companion Yeti is reason enough for a double take. After all, dogs and cats are not supposed to get along. But apparently, these lifelong friends are unaware.
Almost as tall as Clifford. How can that be? Oh yeah, they're buddies. They definitely have a relationship. Yeti is such a sweet dog too. Yeah, not a typical Anatolian Shepherd actually. She's very, very sweet and loves the attention and is very nice to her cheetahs and very comforting to them, yeah. I know, you did this earlier.
Shoved it much.
What's our intestine? Put it away. Is that a new cue?
The San Diego Zoo Safari has been introducing cheetahs to canine companions since 1985. While cats are loners by nature, they seem to make fast friends with the dogs, a process being made easier with introductions made at an early age.
We want to make sure the cat's comfortable, and with youth, despite their fear, they really want to play. And when they see these dogs playing and when they see these interactions, kind of, again, they can't stop themselves from going, okay, I got to go over there and play with that toy, or I got to go check out that dog. I just got to do it because they're young and they have that drive.
He's getting his speed down. But we also have 2 females.
The safari park currently has 4 dogs, acting as companions for their cheetah friends. Most of the dogs come from animal shelters and are in all shapes and sizes.
He gets so excited about his lures that if we let him overexert himself, he just might. And so just like with us, we make sure that he's not too skinny, not too fat.
And while the sight of a spotted cheetah and its canine companion is amusing to most visitors, the purpose is serious.
Yeah, how many people on the planet get to have a cheetah friend and get to have this kind of trust with this animal? And by allowing me to foster this relationship with her, I can get you this close and get you to see this animal maybe in a different light. Maybe someone comes here and they're very fearful of these predators and they have the wrong attachments to them, and to see them in this moment and to give them that quality that we can then have empathy, and we can then realize that that's a really special animal, I don't want to lose it, what can I do to help it? That means everything.
The number of cheetahs living in the wild has dropped drastically over the past 100 years, with fewer than 12,000 now accounted for. The San Diego Zoo Safari is among the top programs for advancing the cause of cheetahs, with more than 135 cheetahs having been born in the park since 1981.
Every time. They go to great lengths.
That was a beautiful story from the San Diego Zoo in California about integration and harmony between the species. I think there is a lot to learn for us through that story. If animals can do it, especially felines and canines, I think we can do it too. So on that note, we have to take a short commercial break. We'll be back on the other side.